Kick off from the county of Mombasa, where my colleague Regina Manyara is with the engineers again. Day 2. Regina, good afternoon. What is the latest updates that you have for us today?
Quite the day there. We started on a wet morning and it's still raining in the course of this particular day, but nonetheless we're keeping track of the 30th IEK International Convention that enters its second day today, being the official opening date, and none other than Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua was the chief guest earlier in the morning. And when he took to the podium, two things came out, is that we needed to increase professionalism within the engineering niche, and as such, plans are underway to have an executive engineering advisory council that is not only going to offer consultation services to government on what viable and key projects that it needs to undertake, but also keep track of what projects are underway and which engineers are actually working on this project. Maybe this coming in from the fact that over the last few months, days if you like, the engineering profession has been painted in bad light. Why? Collapsed buildings and such. But before we give you the overview of what has happened in the morning and also what we expect in the afternoon session, I'm joined by none other than engineer Dr. Johnson Matu, who is going to tell us as an member of the EBK, that is a regulator, what is your take in regard to, what happened this morning? Those who took to the stage talk about matters of engineering, given that you're talking about engineering a new world.
Thank you very much. The first thing I would like to do is to congratulate His Excellency the President of the Republic of Kenya, Honorable Rigathi Gachagua, for coming to grace the occasion. Indeed, it was a historic event for the Deputy President or Vice President of the Republic of Kenya coming to our convention. It has never happened, and we are also happy that the President himself had come to see us in June this year, and therefore it means that the government has recognized the role of the engineers, the role that they play in the economic development of this country. And that is very critical because we have not been quite visible for many years. But at the moment, we have a good visibility because the government has seen the importance of the engineers. So many people today talked about the engineering issues. First of all, the theme of the convention is basically that engineering a new world, and that's what they were talking about. And because we are faced with different challenges today, the issue of climate change is one major issue, and which cannot be ignored. And we as engineers have to come forward and very fast to ensure that the solutions that are needed are put forward. And we have to be a bit more innovative.
Now, I like that you have pointed out, matters of climate change, given that we've had quite the morning here, rainy showers and such, and we've had an issue with, traffic accessing Mombasa and such. But now, there's a question that the Deputy President has raised, the infiltration of this niche by quacks. He actually referred to them as quacks. Yeah. Now, with the setting up of this particular advisory council, do you think this is the direction to take to bring in a bit of professionalism?
Yes, indeed, because the moment this advisory council is established, then it means that the government will know exactly who are the real professionals in the field. And we shall be talking close to the government, to their ears. And there is nothing better than being close to the government, which actually is the one which helps us to enforce engineering. So it is a very good move, and it would help us to ensure that the quacks are thrown out of the industry. And there are quacks everywhere, even in the health industry, everywhere. But ours are even worse because can you imagine a quack designing a building for you, constructing it, and within a short time, the building is collapsing. And it collapses with fatalities, you know. So it is quite dangerous. And therefore, it is important that, we handle this issue at that level, very high level.
Now, last but not least, we know we have a packed afternoon, 5 breakout sessions, among them where we're going to be discussing matters of infrastructure and transport. There's also been a call by the president of IEK to have a consideration to have an African engineers register. Your take as an engineer, what will this mean for local engineering?
Oh, yeah, that is a very good question because what it means is that the register for the African engineers is very useful because it will help us to have the mobility of engineers from our countries, whether it is Kenya, Uganda, whether it's South Africa. We are able to go across the borders and do good businesses outside there. And therefore, it means our professionalism is recognized internationally within Africa. And as the Engineers Board of Kenya, we're even trying to ensure that we are globally recognized, so that if I come from here and I go to America or UK, I can be recognized as a serious engineer. Yeah.
Very well said. We have been speaking to engineer Dr. Johnson Matu, the member of the Engineers Board of Kenya. That is a regulatory body when it comes to matters of engineering. Very well put, as he said, is that the regulator is not only just working at ensuring that those who are in the engineering profession get to practice locally, but with the Washington Accord, if it is approved, it means that engineers can not only just practice locally, but they can also practice their trade at an individual scale, opening at an international scale, opening up the sector, especially when it comes to job opportunities. We're going to be keeping track of this particular convention. In the afternoon, we have 5 breakout sessions. Among them that are going to be discussed is matters of energy, as well as transport, as well and water. We are expecting the permanent, the PS housing, that is Charles Hinger, to participate in these particular sessions. In the morning session, we had CS Transport Kipchumba Murkomen, who also took to the podium alongside Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua. Now, Irene, back to you.
Thank you, Regina. Regina Manyara giving us an update from Mombasa County. This as she attends an engineers forum down at the coast, one that is themed Engineering the World. Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua is expected to officiate today's event.